Let me let you in on a little secret. Don't none of these dudes like each other. It's all cap. But listen, man, to get interviewed on Doggie Diamonds TV, hit me up on the DM. Let's work it out. Hit me up on the DM at Doggie Diamonds. Hit me up. 35-minute interview. You see what it say on the screen. I ain't got to read all that. You see what it say. Understand? Listen, man, and if you want promotion for only $100, I'll promote the content of your choice on all my social media accounts. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube community, my threads. Listen, only $1, no matter what it is. It could be your YouTube. You could think you competing with me. Hey, I'll help you defeat me. If whatever that is. You get it? You see me pointing to only that $1 right there. Let's go. Okay. So as you come into the room, make sure you hit that like button. Get it? Hit that like. Yeah, we live right now. No BS. Where my kombucha? Oh, there we go. Let me take a little sippy sip. You know what I'm saying? Righteous Supreme, I see you in the building. Rashawn Green, I see you in the building. Carlos Hernandez. Yes, cook that food. The dopest graphics, the dopest intro. Somebody said Harlem Legend got the best intro. I'm gonna battle Harlem Legends for the best intros. I think my intro is better. But that's my guy right there. Make sure y'all subscribe to Harlem Legend TV. But don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes. I need the likes to go up though. That'll be nice to see the likes liking. And don't be afraid to use the chat too, man. Say something. Let it be known that you here. Speak your speech. As that cap dude, Dr. Umar like to say, speak your speech. DJ Stage wanna see you in the building. Philly She, what's going on? Where my glasses? Oh, there go my glasses. Okay. Yes. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Put the headphones on. You see that, man? Come on, man. Niggas can't. Yo, you can't rock me. Yo, listen. Sometimes, Tiger, I see you. Sometimes you want to be modest, but sometimes you gotta keep it real, man. When you dope, you dope. You know what I'm saying? And dope always gonna sell itself. Derek Brown, I see you in the building. Yes. What up? And not only that, because it really looks like me. You know what I'm saying? How you make yourself bop your head to your beat on your intro. Come on, man. Goodness gracious. I be working hard though, man. For y'all enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? 716 Deuce, what's up? Nisha 9 Stars is in the building. Yes. J Slink 7214 in the building. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
I just do the intro a little long to give people time to get in the room. You know what I'm saying? So also, if you need promo, I can make my character bop his head to your music too. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta hit me up. The illest graphics. Where my glasses? I'm talking popping shit. I ain't even ready, y'all. Hold on, I'm ready now. All right, we ain't gonna let it play a third time. Yeah, it was like, yo, all right, that's enough. We only gonna play twice and that's it. Cause I don't know if it was on for forever, but it was on. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. I told y'all I was gonna be a little bit more consistent and persistent. I gotta win y'all trust back as I'm gonna go live all the time. You know, sometimes, you know, I be doing other stuff, but I be trying to create. You know, it's tough when you are the creator, the sole controller, the director, the writer, the producer of your movie, you know, so you got to make sure your movie is moving. And I know a lot of people don't really care about the aesthetic too much, but I do. I just want everything to look, I want everything to look good. I'm really big on how the presentation is because it shows that I care, shows that I care. So much going on in hip hop. I'm just gonna run through it. Rick Ross. Rick Ross gotta chill. Yo. This is the thing about Rick Ross that's hilarious, right? So he called Freeway Ricky Ross a crackhead. Thank you for sending them jewels. I don't even know how y'all doing that, but I appreciate it. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know. I gotta investigate that. He called Freeway Ricky Ross a crackhead. I don't know him for smoking crack. I know he sold crack, but I never knew he smoked crack. So my thing is, if you call somebody a crackhead and they never smoked crack, they could sue you, right? And then Rick Ross had the nerve to say that he didn't take his name from him. Come on. So you was okay till you said that. Like, come on, G. Like, you saying you ain't take his name. You didn't have a beard before. Like, come on now. Like, if you don't like him, you don't like him. That's fine. If you feel like you wasn't inspired by him, that's fine. But don't lie. See, that's the problem. When you lie, you discredit yourself. Tell the truth. Be like, yo, see me? I'll be like, yo, I took his name. I'd have been like, yo, I felt that he was a smoker, a crackhead, so I just took his name. He wasn't using it right. I'd have been like that, but don't lie and say you didn't take his name. And then you like sitting there with a straight face. Like, my grandmother used to say, you a bold-faced liar. He shouldn't have did that. You took the man's name. You took his beard. And then you're going to sit there and say, you didn't take, come on, you just shouldn't have did that. I just listen to the music because I don't buy into the characters of men because most of these men are characters. But come on, you got to cut that one out. You can't do that. Just admit it. Yo, I took his name. So what? What are you going to do about it? I mean, Freeway took his name. I don't know why I would butcher that name. Freeway. Okay, because I'd be like Freeway and Freeway took his name too. Freeway is from Freeway Ricky Ross. That was his name. So you had Freeway, who took his beard, but it's also a Muslim Philly thing. But you admitted that you took from him. And then Rick Ross took the nigga name too. And you know what was evident too in hip hop? Who was doing that yeah first? Freeway or Jeezy? I always thought Jeezy stole the yeah from Freeway. That's just me. I mean, that's right. That was his. But the yeah, I always thought that was from Freeway first. That's just me. Anyway. Moving right along in hip hop, I guess this is hip. Yo, let me ask y'all something too. Will we consider Dame to be chatty patty now? Because he kind of like coined the phrase, you a chatty patty, right? Is Dame a chatty patty now? Or does he have the right to speak on his experiences in the culture without being called a chatty patty? Because one of the biggest things that people think that they're saying something about me or making me feel a way is saying, you gossip. And for you dick breath dudes who like to say, all you do is gossip. Gossip is, I heard, I think, they were saying, that is gossip. An opinion is not gossip when you base your opinion off of what's out there. Okay? So most of the time, y'all know me when I do the rundown, I read some type of literature that's on a website and then I give my thoughts on it. That's not gossip because I didn't conjure it up and say, well, I heard that the reason that is gossip. So to you, dingling breath dudes who like, all you do is gossip. Listen, you could say all I do is this and all that, but maybe you should gossip. And then you won't have the poor performance that you have when it comes to your music. Because I had some bozo last night on my threads. First of all, he spelled like he had 7, 8 thumbs. Like he didn't have no pointer finger, no pink. The way he was spelling, I'm like, damn, I know Zuri could spell better than that typing. She does. And this is a whole grown-ass man think he telling me off, all you do is gossip. But who are you? You know me, I don't know you. Right? So, I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm posting my content. But like you got grown-ass men who can't spell. And you know, on any device, you know that blue line that come under the thing or the red line that's letting you know, the blue line might be for your grammar and punctuation, but the red line definitely is like, this shit ain't right. And you just ignore the red line and just hit send anyway. You don't know the difference between T-O-O, T-W-O, and T-O. They cannot spell you-are at all. It's like your. Little things like that bother me. I'm just, because you're the parent that helped the kids with the homework and get all that shit wrong. And now your kid is in the corner sitting with a damn dunce cap because of you. So it's just a lot of these dudes can't spell and they always think they telling me off. And I'd be like, well, at least be articulate. At least if you write legibly, I'll be able to, okay, I understand what they're saying. You're going to be a grown-ass man and you don't know where apostrophe go. You don't know where a comma go. Just one long run-ass incorrect spelled sentence. I mean, this ain't no think tank. This ain't no damn, you don't got to write me a thesis, but come on, man. Like, you can't be that stupid and grown. That's the difference. You got an excuse when you young, you're still learning, developing. But when you already grown and you still stupid and you have the internet and you have all these devices that could raise your awareness, your education, and you still stupid, and then you think you telling somebody off stupidly? you stupid. All you do is gossip. So fuck all my interviews. Fuck everything I do. All I do is gossip. And then think I'm supposed to feel bad. So I'm the only one who, out of the whole culture, I'm the only one who gossip. And you sitting there with 70 followers, struggle rapping. You got to figure it out. It's time to pivot. I don't know. The floors got to get mopped, my nigga. Time to pivot. Don't ever tell a man who got it from nothing, who got it out of the mud. See, because sometimes if you don't know a man's walk, if you don't know a man's struggle, you don't know the trials and tribulations of what they've been through to even sit before you, you shouldn't judge. Because I done been through shit that most dudes done hung up for. Or pilled out and drugged out and drunk out, or living with their grandmother or something like that. So before you say anything about me, before I say anything about anybody, I be just trying to understand what brings them to this point. Saying all you do is gossip. Like I'm on here talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't talk about none of that shit. I don't even talk about dick and pussy shit. I don't care about none of that relationship shit. I'm talking about the culture, stuff that's in print, stuff that you can read and that you read, right? So as I'm talking about N.O.R.E and Dame Dash, we could go right to the tape. See this? Dame Dash unleashes on N.O.R.E for idolizing Jay-Z. Gets into verbal spat with Jason Lee. This is in print. Shout out to Hot New Hip Hop. Alexander Cole. Don't be saying, all you do is gossip. I do tributes on my IG. I always talk about the culture. I got the most cultural interviews there is.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Anyway. And don't talk about me too if you got a missing tooth. If Rent-A-Center came and collected, don't talk, listen. Because the first thing you do, or you look like the sun is shining in your mouth. Don't talk about me. Don't say nothing about me, or you got peasy ass hair. Because we got combs, we got brushes, we got activator, we got everything we need to keep our etiquette right. Don't talk about me if you got a missing ass tooth, if you got black ass lips and white shit in the corner of your mouth, or you got yellow ass teeth, but yellow missing teeth at that. Or you look like your room just, you ain't even got no bedroom. You just stay somewhere. You look like your room smell like feet, and you sit on crates, and you eat out of butter bowls and Chinese food, spoons and forks. Just don't say nothing about me, please. Just leave me alone, because I could be very venomous. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I'm trying to change. Anyway, Dame Dash was on Jason Lee's show where he touched on some hot topics, including the relationship between N.O.R.E and Jay-Z. See that whole part right there? That would be a pause. If we talking about Jason Lee and we talking about Dame Dash. So when you say Dame Dash was on Jason Lee's show where he touched on some hot topics, including the relationship between N.O.R.E and Jay-Z, that would be a pause in their world. Anyway, Dame Dash is someone who had made a lot of waves with his comments in recent years. He doesn't mind getting into confrontations and will always say how he feels, regardless of the topic at hand. With that being said, it should come as no surprise that he was a guest on the Jason Lee show. Lee is always looking for the juiciest quotes. I don't want to do certain words. Let's just skip around. Let's get somewhere where we still holding it and we still holding it respectful. I don't want to talk about no juicy quotes and shit, because that start getting a little, No.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Okay. So he goes on to say, Jay never believed in N.O.R.E and wasn't interested in signing him to Roc-A-Fella. However, it was Dame who was able to secure a spot for him on the imprint. Dame went on to say that he thinks it's weird for N.O.R.E to hold Jay in such high esteem when he won't even give him an interview. And then he went on to say Jason Lee was, funny style, and then said Charlemagne is funny style, which, another thing, I'm going to tell y'all something. You saying somebody is funny style, if you don't have no proof, if you was not in that room while dudes was in there, diddying around, you can't say that. You can get sued. You can get sued. So him saying that, that's at his own risk. See, one thing about me, I know for a fact that it's certain dudes who run their mouth who mooks. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to attack them on their mooktivism, because then they could get me out of here. Say I'm, they got a community. Somebody's into mooktivism. You can't, listen, they done had mooktivists. you can't do nothing with them. They can really, really get you out of here. They got their own community, so you just gotta chill. It's just
Doggie Diamonds did this.
yo, you won. You know what I'm saying? You won. That's just one war that you won. But anyway, I want to say this. And I think Dame Dash is dope for all he's done for the culture. I think Dame Dash is dope for what he's done, that he's actually able to sit before us and speak on his past. One of the issues that I have is that when we really think about it, right? None of these dudes like each other. Dudes don't like each other today. Like I know dudes who be in each other comments. Watch this. If said person makes music, right? Do you know how easy it is to go on a page and just leave a fire emoji? What does the fire emoji mean? Because to me, that's a lazy way of saying, I gave that nigga a fire emoji. You better give me one back. Now, if you able to break down a bar, or you able to say that intro is crazy, or yo, the beat, yo, the way it switched, yo, that means you actually listen to it. But when you just leave 3 lazy fire emojis, that's easy. That's lazy. That's lazy to do. So I know rappers right now who don't like each other because of social media. And he left a fire emoji and you ain't leave one back. Just what it is. It's just the truth. And that's not gossip because it's actual factual studies that I done. And then the deal is everybody be talking to me. And I just don't be putting people business out there because let's get one thing straight. Everybody talks to me, right? And I could put people business out there, but I think that would be gossip, right? But if I did gossip, can't none of these niggas whoop my ass so I could do and say what I really truthfully want. But I don't be into that. But a lot of dudes don't like each other. You think of a dude feel like he the man and this dude getting all the love and he think he rap better than him? That's when you see niggas in each other comments. Yo, let's cook. You know, you see a dude getting love, everybody on there, and you see another dude come on there and say, I can't wait till they hear the joint we did. That's hate. Because what you doing is you taking the shine off a homie and bringing it back to you. That's why I don't like when people come in my comments and ask me about somebody else or mention somebody else. Yo, that's hate. It just hate. So, a lot of these dudes don't like each other. And could I tell y'all something? And I'm going to be open and honest with y'all. Jay-Z is from Brooklyn. N.O.R.E is from Queens. I am Brooklyn through and through, but it was a particular time where us Brooklyn dudes just didn't like Queens dudes. Any real dude from Brooklyn, we gonna keep it real. It might have been twos and fews that you rock with, but you'd be like, yo, he from Queens? Nah. I'm fuck with them Queens niggas. Same way the Brooklyn dudes, the same. Yo, New York City at a particular time was all about tribalism. Brooklyn dudes don't rock with each other because we all grimy. Queensbridge feel like they own island. Far Rockaway is in Queens, and Far Rock feel like they Far Rock. Harlem is in Manhattan. They never said they from money-making Manhattan. They say they from Harlem. They don't say, yo, I'm from The dudes in Lower East Side don't consider themselves Harlem dudes or whatever. They not, oh, we all from Manhattan. Because Manhattan is really New York City. There's always been tribalism. So the fact that N.O.R.E was from Queens might have been like Jay-Z, I don't like him. And at a particular time, N.O.R.E was running with Nas. He might not have liked him for that. So not liking somebody 20 years ago, shit changed, man. Like you know, well, if I ain't like you 20 years ago, I don't like your ass now. You know, I'm not a forgiving person. It takes a lot for me to forgive. You really got to have a mediator in the situation. You know, they say hate is a strong word,
but it ain't strong enough. It ain't strong enough.
because once I don't like you,
That shit is forever.
you would really have to be apologetic and have changed behavior for me to be like, whatever. I'm not saying you got to kiss my boot. None of that. But this is what we got to understand. N.O.R.E coming into the culture, he comes from CNN. So that's Left Rack and Queensbridge. I'm telling you, we just didn't like Queens dudes. It's just the truth. So you got Mobb Deep, you got CNN, you got Nas. They got their own thing, right? We Brooklyn. We feel like we better than them. So then now he want to come over to where you at. Why you ain't go to Nas? Jay-Z could have been thinking that. Again, I'm not giving him no out, but I'm just trying to think of the logic. Plus, Jay-Z didn't even really sign nobody from Brooklyn. But Bleak and Uncle Murder at one point, he didn't sign a bunch of Brooklyn dudes, so why the fuck would he sign somebody from Queens? And then he wasn't getting that what N.O.R.E. He was getting that Daddy Yankee nigga. You think he wanted that Daddy Yankee shit on Roc-A-Fella? It was, you know, I think Dame was doing things that was, maybe in Jay-Z's opinion, was cheapening the brand. You know, they had Philly, they had their Brooklyn thing, him and Bleak. Then eventually Harlem came into the play. But this nigga's coming on. Remember, the niggas signed ODB. They signed the fucking one of the Spice Girls. Dame was signing every fucking, he signed one of the fucking Spice Girls. You know, remember the Spice Girls? He signed one of the Spice Girls. He was signing all kinds of people. Like, what you do? You're signed. Rap for me. Motherfucker be like, let me tell you a story about Booty Malante. Well, you're signed. Just really think about that. This nigga could have said Booty Malante to him and he's up, sign him. And then you want me to sign off on that shit? Nah. But I can understand how Dame could feel like, yo, that nigga didn't believe in you, I did. So, but you can't say, yo, I think you should say, in my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. I would be like, yo, that nigga didn't believe in you, I did. But you praising him, but you diss me. That's probably what I would have been like. But I wouldn't be like, yo, I don't really like him, so you shouldn't really like him. Come on, man. Yo, niggas is 50, man. Like, I don't know. But none of these dudes like each other. Just being real. Nobody in the culture really likes each other. All of this, my bro, when you see niggas with each other, I'm telling you that is cap. Nobody really likes each other. Because at the end of the day, the money dried up. There's no shows. There's no venues. There's no radio. There's no record labels. There isn't no collaborations. There's no hip hop groups. What is there to like? And at this point in the culture, you see dudes doing shows and ain't nothing but a goddamn sausage party. And only women be there, be niggas' wives and baby mothers and shit. We just in a bad space right now in the culture. But do you know what's funny though? Because the people who fucked it up like to sit there and point fingers and shit and be like, they did it. Nigga, you did that shit. But anyway, we'll get into that another time. But I'm just saying, Jay-Z has went on to accomplish other things. And there's one thing I don't like about the culture. I'm going to say this. I believe in my heart of hearts, the only person that should have a gripe with Jay-Z at this particular point in life is DeHaven. That nigga made a lot of songs about DeHaven. He about to perform a lot of them soon at a concert. That's the only dude. We are made to be in companies and sell them. We are made to have partnerships and go a different way. Sometimes the shit don't work. Yo, somebody said something the realest shit to me, right? I ain't like it. Because when some people say real shit to you, you know how you don't like that shit, but it's true. You like, fuck you anyway. That's how I be, right? Like, that shit was real, but fuck you. Somebody told me before, sometimes you don't always get closure. Ain't that some shit? Because there come a point in life, like, what do you want? Okay? You don't like me.
So now I hate you.
I want you to know a little bit of dislike for me turns into something very, very drastic from me. So my thing is, you don't always get closure. What do you want? You hope he die. You want him to lose all his money. Like, what do people want from people? You don't always get closure. Sometimes your closure should be disrespect. Me, people be like, I had a guy, I don't know if he's still alive. I don't wish nothing bad on him, but I remember he wanted to put together this thing. And I ain't gonna say it because if he watching, man, fuck that. He wanted to put together this thing called a Power 5. It was myself and a few other people. And the people that he wanted to put me with, I'm like, I don't want to be with them motherfuckers. I don't want to be with them. So I was like, yo, I stopped responding. This is 2009. Now I'm a smart ass, but try to be intelligent with it. Would y'all get the likes up too? So he said to me, he texted me, and I hope he's well. I didn't mean no harm, but he said, if you're not fucking with me, let me know. Now, what's wrong with that passage? I gotta fuck with you to let you know. When people say, yo, if you ain't fucking with me, let me know. I gotta fuck with you to let you know. Sometimes me egging you and never responding means that I'm not fucking with you. You can't take a hint? What y'all like to say now? Read the room. I gotta fuck with you. If you hit me and I say, I'm not fucking with you, then that gives you a fair warning, and then you could probably try to plead your case. No. Sometimes not fucking with you, it's not answering anymore. I mean, man time, how many times do you have to hit somebody for them not to answer you, for you to realize they not fucking with you? Like how y'all dudes be in chicks' DMs talking to yourself. Chick ain't never respond to one hard eyes, one where you from, she not fucking with you. Even if she showed you love once or twice. When you could see that shit said seen and they don't respond, they're not fucking with you. You gotta have some esteem about yourself. You can't be on some puppy dog shit, following people around on social media and they not answering you. Cashmere Black, I appreciate you. So when I don't fuck with somebody, I just, listen. What they say is shown better than it's told. I'm not telling you I ain't fucking with you because I don't want you to say why. I don't want no mooktivism. I don't want no mooktivist coming at me. Why? How could, some people might be like, if I offended you, you offended me. You know how many niggas say sorry? Look, I could play and show you a lot of dudes who are very, very disrespectful to me in this current day that have said sorry to me before. And then they went back to be disrespectful again. That's why I don't accept sorries. A sorry is changed behavior. I done been niggas big bro. I done been OG. I done been all types of shit. But niggas will go right back to the disrespect. It's equivalent. This is what I look at it, right? We all been there before. I never did this, but you see a shorty. You holler. She just keep walking. What you say? You ain't gonna be like, all right, later on. You be like, your ass is flat anyway. But if that flat ass had a hollered, you would have hollered. Cashmere, just hit me on the DM. You understand what I'm saying? Now she got a flat ass. You knew she had a flat ass when you saw it coming. You could tell when the ass is flat. When a chick walk into you, you be like, woo. She gonna be straight up and down. Goddamn stick figure. And then she walk, but your ass is flat anyway. You knew that. Ugly ass. You knew that. So most of the people who have a problem with people is because they no longer have access to them. That's why niggas be mad at me. They don't have no access to me. I don't fuck with dudes who's into the mooktivists. I don't fuck with dudes who I see as hypergamous. I don't fuck with dudes who ain't even loyal to their own people. Because if a dude is disloyal to his day one nigga, what I think he gonna do to me? So that's when people start trying to have a problem with you. And when they can't get to you, they start trying to get everybody else. I call it pissing in the pool. You ever been in the pool? That's why I don't get in the pool. I don't get in the pool. You see, you get in the pool, you see somebody standing there, right? And the nigga like this. That nigga pissing. And then you in the pool, you swimming and shit, dunking your head in the water getting in your mouth, and that nigga knew he pissed. You know how foul that is? Every pool got a bathroom. This nigga just and pissed. And then went about his business. And you in the water, splashing it, dunking each other, and he pissed in the pool. This is how I look at this culture. That's how these dudes are. So it's a situation where he's saying, yo, N.O.R.E, Jay didn't even really like you, but I liked you. So don't like that nigga with me. That's called pissing in the pool. Why? Because maybe Dame, well, we know he don't got no access to Jay-Z no more, right? So when you cut off the access from people, they try to piss in the pool. And they be like this. No, they pissed. Probably backfire once and twice. You could see a backfire bubble. And they just go about their business. And they looking at you. Look at these motherfuckers. They don't even know. Yo, you ain't swimming no more? Nah, I'm good. Because he pissed and got out. That's how all this shit be with these situations. Dudes be oh, I don't like him, so you shouldn't like him. That's when niggas start, yo, did you know? You knew that shit too. You knew that when I was your brother. You knew that when you put my motherfucking names in your raps. You knew that when you was in my DMs. You knew that everything about me, because I could say that I've improved. My behavior has improved. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. I was at my worst before, and everybody wanted to be my friend, but I'm not a friendly person. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. This is not about friends. That's the problem now. Everybody thinks motherfuckers, they friends. You was taught as a little child, one of your elders, whether it was your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, your auntie, told you everybody's not your friend. So why do we get in the music business where it's so-called full of street niggas and niggas think we friends? I was already taught that everybody ain't my friend. I had my cousins. We had a big family. So what I need outsiders for? Just really think about that. Everybody's not your friend. I was taught that. I got a big family. And my family ain't my friends. They're my family. So unless you my family, we not friends. And one thing about it, I take bro seriously. I take somebody calling me their brother seriously, because y'all know my brother passed away. So nobody really gets to get that title and play with it, because my biological physical ain't here no more. So you ain't replacing him telling people you my bro and then you play little girly mookie games and shit. I'm not with it. But we were taught everybody's not your friend. You think them people your friend? You was taught that. So why are we gonna get in the music business and we're friends because we're peers? I ain't peers with none of y'all niggas. I ain't peers with nobody. Nobody has walked my walk. Until you walk my walk and you understand my ways, actions, and deeds based off of my life experience, don't be like we friends, because regardless to what I do, if we was real friends, you would hit me up and be like, yo, bro, this, that, and the third. Instead, you whisper, we ain't friends. That's why you got two middle fingers. I'm telling you, one for you, one for you. Just group them together. But nobody in the industry like each other. We see groups come out. We see them argue over money. We see dudes holding grudges for 20, 30 years. But niggas will say, yo, that nigga's mad. Fuck, I'm mad at. Yo, you know what? I am mad. Let me tell you why I'm mad. Because my tires are Pirelli tires and they cost $2,000. And one day I'm going to have to get new tires. That shit bothers me. You know what else make me mad? Last Monday, N.O.R.E texted me, because people like running they fucking, they put their mouth in weird places, but they like to run that shit with that same mouth, right? N.O.R.E texted me and asked me to host the Bone Thug show with him. Couldn't make it. It was short notice. And I appreciate N.O.R.E for at least considering me. He texted me, yo, bro, could you come here Wednesday? I said, damn, the flights is crazy right now. And then I'm like, I could drive to Miami, but that shit, I gotta put 93 in my joint. That might be as much as a damn plane ticket. Then I don't want to drive and be tired. I said, damn, you know what? I got other things I gotta do with bread, because I got things I'm working on. I declined. I appreciate you. The Dookie 78, thank you. So I couldn't make it. So the new Bone Thugs episode that's out on Drink Champs, I'm supposed to be on that. Actual facts proven. But niggas that think I'm mad and I'm angry. And then I was mad. You know I was mad? I gotta put 98 in this motherfucker. No, not 98, 93. See, I'm up in there. I gotta put 93. My tires is $2,000. I got my own crib. My insurance is in my name. My crib is in my name. I'm a responsible adult. The economy is bad. I'm not mad at no rap shit. Why would I be mad about that? I already did more than I ever thought I was gonna do, right? So now I just find things to stay motivated. I'm just being real. I come on here because I got so much love for y'all. I gotta put 93 in this. That's why I'm pissed off. My tires is $2,000. I got 21s on the stock. That pisses me off. So yeah, I'm angry at that. I'm angry that I don't get to live with my grandmother. My grandmother lived with me when I lived with her. I paid all the bills. It's just facts. You think I'm mad at rap? I have fun with this shit. This shit is fun. I got real life issues going on. And I knock them out the park. Yeah, I gotta keep the electricity on. Niggas be like, oh, he angry and he bitter. Bitter at what? I done lived. Remember, I was doing this shit when I was 15. Niggas was still dangling around in they crackhead pops nuts when I was doing this. I was outside. You know what I'm saying? I was outside. But I got grown men responsibility that if you were responsible, some of you would understand what's going on. You think a nigga mad at rap? Hip hop shit? I barely come on here. I be taking time off. If this was my end all be all, I would be here every night with my peasy ass head like some of these dudes looking crazy, lips all chapped and shit, looking crazy, begging for support. I be outside living life, man. I got little ones that they need me. So I be, you know, and for the record, get off my dick to some of y'all. Because again, you've never lived my life. You don't know nothing about my life. I done been in spaces that y'all wouldn't even believe in the space where dudes, and I'm one of them made dudes in the space. And I ain't talking about no street shit. I'm talking about whatever. But, you know, in due time, you'll see certain things. You'll understand. But I just let niggas talk. But I be like, damn, do I address these little peanut head ass niggas? Or do I don't even really be caring. I got brake dust in my shit. You ever had brake dust? I got brake dust in my rims. That shit don't come off with wind. You can't spray Windex on that. You need that purple, the shit that's going to turn it purple. Anyway, enough about that. So, speaking on niggas not liking each other for a long time, I don't understand Jim Jones with his still thinking that they're going to do a versus. Yo, bro, we don't want to see no verses with you and Camron. I'm just being real. I don't know who's in dudes' inner circle. I don't know who dudes be talking to. I don't know if dudes be saying shit because you know this hip hop is such in the down and the bad space that anything these niggas say, it just makes headlines, like 80 YouTube videos about it, right? Nigga could be like, yo, my hand got infected from a splinter. And that shit be all over YouTube. Star Mel hand is infected from a splinter. We was little, we scraped our knees, bust each other over the head with bottles. We used to get splinters, glass in our hand, all types of shit. That shit wasn't news. And our family was so wild, they would just pour, they would pour alcohol directly on that shit. You remember we was little? I used to be like, yo, you ain't got no peroxide? They had something else called mercurochrome. I'm telling my age. But this is what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be having splinters and shit. Niggas be niggas got hemorrhoids. That shit be making the blogs and them like, yeah, he's in surgery for hemorrhoids. I'm like, nigga don't wipe his ass good. Why is that news? That's how down bad the culture is. So for everybody to be reporting what they report sometimes, I'll be like, slow news day. I guess every day is slow because respectfully, I rock with Jim Jones. I rock with Camron musically. Nobody want to see no verses with y'all. Because at the end of the day, y'all niggas lost. Y'all lost. Y'all lost the verses. Ain't no rerun in that. Remember you play football? No take. You throw the ball, no take. This ain't no take. Ain't no do over. That shit that shit over. We don't want to see no fucking verses with y'all. Jim just keep talking about fucking verses. Like, we don't care about no verses. Just somebody's got to tell them that. We don't care about no verses with y'all. Camron got up there, that nigga, you ever see somebody don't give a fuck and we all watching somebody not give a fuck and we just like, this nigga came and sat out on a fucking, remember them beach chairs that used to get trapped in and shit? And he was sitting on one of those and nigga kick Styles P and shit. Freaky Zeke, I don't know what the fuck Freaky Zeke was doing. If y'all lost, listen, one of the reasons y'all niggas lost was Freaky Zeke had that fourth mic. Remember this nigga was up there doing the Pee Wee Herman or some shit like that? And then Jewel's gonna say, damn, y'all don't got no girl records? Why y'all don't do it for the girls? Y'all didn't lose because of Camron. Y'all lost because y'all had bad sequencing of the music. Y'all niggas was playing shit off of motherfucking YouTube. They had a better DJ. They had a better set list. And that's that. So there is no rerun. There is no do-over. There is no do-over. All that jewelry y'all had. Then you had the Dipset niggas in the fucking audience. If y'all niggas is in the audience and these niggas is on the stage, y'all niggas ain't Dipset. How the fuck are you responsible for that bird being in the air, but you in the audience? That's why I put that J.R. Ryder footage out. Like, when you really think about it, nigga really thought you're in the fucking audience with a mask on. Fuck nigga turn you into a spectator and you a part of that. But anyway. The last few verses, I ain't even really watch the last few verses. We outside again. Verses with some quarantine shit. That was some boring shit. We was bored. Motherfuckers was in the crib making babies and shit. We fucking we spraying potato chip bags when we go shopping. We not watching verses no more. If that shit ain't like Jay-Z versus Nas, we don't care. Straight like that. So why nigga keep fucking Jim Jones? Why you keep talking about verses? We don't care. Jim Jones versus Camron at the Apollo. I think it comes a particular time where in this culture, dudes be a little Stanley, respectfully, you watch Tank and Tyrese? See, I couldn't do that. Because for one, Tank said, y'all know what he said. I ain't even repeating that. It was Mookie Blaylock. So ever since he said that, Nah, I'm good. Look at what he said. So if that's how, see me, I'm all into frequency. If that's how you think, that means if I'm ever in your presence or around you, that's how you think. So if that's how you think, just look up Tank Angela Yee. I'm good. So I'm good. I'm not watching that. And then we don't know. Cry Reese might be a little unstable that night. You know, he might fucking spaz out on the stage and just start. I don't know. You got two unstable niggas battling each. Nah, I'm good. Yo, you know what's the worst verses? And I don't like this brand too. I don't like this shit. I really like the synergy. But I don't really like promoting them because they don't be giving me free shit. But I'm going to ask them though. Oh, hold on. Let's do this. Nah, I like this. What's up? I'm Doggie Diamonds. And when I'm doing my live stream on Doggie Diamonds TV, I like to drink me a kombucha. Healthy. Pacifically. Anyway, listen. Yo, and don't talk shit about me if you ain't got a top lock key, a bottom lock key, and a mailbox key. If you only got the bottom lock, don't talk about me. Because if you outside yelling like Fred Flintstone, Wilma, for grandmas to take off that top lock, don't talk to me crazy. Don't talk to me crazy. Dino could just put your ass out and jump in the window and you can't even get in the goddamn crib. Don't talk to me a certain way. You ain't got house keys. I ain't even got no keychain. If you ain't got a car key and a house key, relax. You a little boy. Sip, hold on. Anyway. So we have to be honest with Jim Jones and let him know we don't want to see no verses. We barely want to watch. Yeah, it was the cat. It was the saber-toothed tiger cat. I thought it was Dino. Damn. You know what? If we want to see a verses, because I ain't even like the Rick Ross and French Montana shit, but I was kind of tripping because Rick Ross had enough records to do two verses. I thought that was dope. But come on, man. Stop. Could we get a producer versus? I'm all into the production. Could we get a production versus, like, who got better beats or whatever? Because I don't know. But before I go, I ain't ready to go, but I think them likes need to go up. But before I go, I want to say this. This is very essential and very, very important. And I might even clip this part. I'm gonna clip this shit. If we really going to have camaraderie, which a lot of people don't know, if we really in this together, which a lot of people ain't, we must patronize one another and respect each other's platforms as well as abilities and skills. If you are somebody who does graphics, if you sell nutcracker, now why is this shit called nutcracker? I don't even like that. I don't drink liquor. I don't want to endorse no liquor. That's another thing I want to fucking tell y'all. Hold on, before I go, I gotta get this off real quick. I gotta get this off. Mr. Integrity. Let me tell you what I sacrifice. Mr. Integrity, me, my dumb ass. When I was at Y'all remember all the shows I got in the Viacom building that says radio.com, the Gene Deal, the Sea Gutter, there's many shows, even shit that I never put out. I was asked by the people there, will I take liquor sponsors? Will I do THC? Guess what Mr. Integrity said? No. Now, I want to ask you, the audience, if I'm judged off of views, money, and status, should I have not taken the money? If that's what people are judged off of, Mr. Integrity said no. No. I'll do water. I might even do an energy drink, some protein. I'll do that. And sometimes I kick myself in the ass because I'm like, regardless of what you do, they're gonna talk shit about you. So get yours. Because when you think you might be doing a disservice to the people by doing stuff, they don't give a fuck anyway. They're gonna find a reason to hate you anyway. And then people will hate you and then try to flip it on you and gaslight and say you a hater. But if you're talking shit about me, calling me a hater, ain't you hating on me? Because you could just mind your motherfucking business. You could mind the business that pay you. We gonna be real. It's the integrity. I be kicking myself in the ass for that shit. But I don't drink and I don't smoke, so I felt bad coming before y'all and say, hey, this is Doggie Diamonds. Drink this such and such. I was like, nah, they don't really sit right with me. And I feel like it would have been disingenuous. But at the end of the day, people judge you on with the money they think you have. What the hell is that shit so loud? What the fuck is going on around here? I muted this shit and everything.
I am the Zuzu of Reagan.
Y'all know nothing about that. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. Mr. Integrity was like, I don't want to do no THC and I don't want to do no liquor. And it was a white woman that I ain't gonna say her name, but she looking at me like, type of nigga is this? It's the integrity. You know, we damned if we do, damned if we don't. But I had to say that because in retrospect, I should have did it. I should have did it. I should have did it. But then I remember when I took a picture in front of the Viacom building, the first thing nigga said to me was, don't sell out. So I'm doing my podcast in the Viacom building every week. And then I'm a sellout for doing it. But then when I'm not doing it there, I'm jealous and hating on other niggas who's doing something different when I was in the same place. See, this is what I'm telling you about people tricking you out of your position and don't know your walk. Don't know what you turn down and when you sacrifice for the greater good of the people. I can show you the pictures. Don't sell out. But then I'm getting judged because other people are on when it's people who call me for deals and situations every day of my life. You get what I'm saying? People do not understand my walk. They don't understand my business. They don't know because they don't have no business, so they start minding your fucking business. Speaking of business, like I was saying before, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a said service, do not give your service away for free. Free has no value. I'm going to say that shit again. Free has no value. Nobody values anything for free. You get what you pay for. You respect what you pay for. And if you respect a person, you're going to pay them. Why? Because everybody should be rewarded for their work. So if you do this and I need that from you and I'm your brother, your homie, your cousin, whatever, and you are charging the low and you willing to work with me on the price, I should never ask you for nothing for free, because if you fuck with me, you will not want nothing for free. So if I own a restaurant, everybody I fuck with get to come eat for free, I would be out of business. There is a lot of men and women hours that go into developing these skills that some of us have. Now, if you want to say what I'm not, fine, then don't ask me for shit. But don't ask me for shit and then say what I'm not once I hit you with a rate card. And I find that people want to put the narrative out there is when I win, we win. That's bullshit, because when you win, I got my own light bill. Niggas gotta stop that. Because niggas be tricking on women. Niggas be smoking reefer, drinking. Niggas buy outfits. All the shit that don't matter. All the shit that does not further your career. And if you want to trick on a woman, then let her interview you then. Let her promote your shit. I got over 10,000 hours in, and I don't owe none of you pussy niggas nothing. Let's just get that out there right now. I don't owe none of you pussy niggas nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you a post. I don't owe you a share. I don't owe you a like. I don't owe none of you pussy cowards nothing. I do what I want, when I want, how I want. I say what I want. I walk where I want. You know that. You cannot brother me, OG me, homie me into no favors. I charge. Period. That's that. If you don't like my price, then go somewhere else. But if I really have value and you value me, then you would break bread within your hip hop community if I really have value. I don't care if you blow up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That ain't my thing. That ain't for me to care if you get on, or that ain't my shit. We all got our own fight. We all got our own battle. But if you could go buy a shirt, a pair of pants, and outprice yourself because it got a certain little name on it, or you could try to impress somebody and eat some shit that's out of your price range, but I charge a little measly $100 because I'm still trying to stay within the damn economy, and I'm shorting myself, and you looking at me like I shouldn't have to give you nothing. Charge my own family, my blood. I don't owe none of you pussy cowards nothing. I paid my dues. And most of y'all got what y'all got and floss how y'all got because you don't pay your people. You don't look out your people. And all I'm doing right now is sitting back and waiting for the back door to happen, because it's going to happen. You think you're going to be around wolves fronting? Can't pacify no wolf. And like I tell y'all all the time, when do a lion remember it's a lion? When he get hungry. Other than that, it's sitting everywhere. Sitting amongst the gazelles, the elks, the buffaloes, the rhinos, everybody chilling. When that motherfucker get hungry, you let him know, I'm a lion and I'm here to eat. I don't care if it's that gazelle. I don't care if it's that zebra. Somebody ass gonna get ate because I'm hungry. You keep thinking you could go around the wolves in front. Keep thinking that. I put in my hours. I put in my time while dudes is partying and bullshitting. I'm up 3 in the morning. You don't get to get the spoils of my labor. I don't care who it is. I might not charge you full rate, but you gonna show me, you gonna give me some good intention money. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Because while you BSing or you look at me less than because I be on a computer, or you look at me less than, or the other thing is, yo, you know I don't know how to do none of this shit. You know I don't be on that computer shit. Well, I do. 20 years. And I had niggas tell me, I don't see how we could make money from computers. I don't see how we could do this. Look at us now. Off computers. Shout out to my brother Amir. He said 15 years ago, shout out to Doggie Diamonds. He's a digital boss. Nobody get to eat off my plate. Nobody. But the ones who need me. Not no grown ass men, crybaby pussy niggas. Straight like that, because anything that I need, I'll pay for. I don't care. Anything that I need. If you got it, why wouldn't I spend money with you? If we really fam, we really people, I really love and care about you. I got to spend the money, right? Money got to get spent. Why would I spend it with an outsider and not my people? Because I think I'm supposed to get it for free because I'm your man, or I'm your homeboy, or I'm this fake brother shit. Fuck out of here. And then we be the same one looking like, yo, nigga don't got no bread. Why? Because nobody don't pay me for my services. I ain't giving that nigga nothing. Then you don't need my services then. Straight like that. I sit on here and talk to goddamn kittens and stray cats before I talk to some of these bums. Y'all don't bring no goddamn views anyway. You ain't even got no views on some of y'all music videos or your Instagram or anything like that. Niggas don't even be lit. Anyway, I feel good.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
So with that, I must drink a little bit of this kombucha now. I'll be back tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? I got like a few more beats to go for this album to be complete. I'm working. But guess what? I wake the fuck up when I want to, and I go to bed when I want to. I'm always doing something. But just because you think I ain't doing something, that don't mean I got time for your bullshit. And if you need promotion, I only charge $100 to put you on all my social media platforms. That's my Twitter. Facebook is growing too. Doggie Diamonds Facebook. Goodness gracious. I just did something, put something up, 143,000 views. And that's another thing. Niggas be putting all their eggs in one basket, not understanding it's all, I ain't giving the game. Anyway, you see what it is. Put my pinky up when you drink. Nope, that's Mookie. And because he said some Mook shit, I'm out. Until next time. Until next time, make sure you watch these related videos. And don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Did you hear what I say? I said.
Doggie Diamonds did this.